All right, so I'm testing a number of things today. I have my wireless Go hidden beneath my hair. See, it's right there. I probably should have a windscreen if I'm going to throw hair over it. And then I also have the Ninja 5 attached to the Canon EOS R. I was experiencing some issues with the Ninja 5 where on a shoot it would just freeze and then I would get a picture of a triangle and a kangaroo. And I'm going to look that up and say exactly what that's telling me. What I was doing was recording off of the EOSR. EOSR is outputting 4K, and I was coming in using Rec 709 422 ProRes to the Ninja 5. And I had recorded with that before with no problems, but on yesterday I was doing a shoot for my sister, and the Ninja 5 would just keep stopping. What I have in the Ninja 5 is a SanDisk SSD, 480 gigabytes, and it was on one of the approved lists, so I thought it was fine to work with. It may not be the SSD itself, so I went ahead and formatted the SSD, and now I'm recording again. I'm going to see how long it goes before we have some sort of issue. So this is a multifaceted test. I'm also recording with no light. Well, obviously there's light. Okay, there's no light in the house. Right now there's just the sun coming in through the window. I wish I had space enough to do a board here to bounce some more light back on my face, but c'est la vie. So this is a simple test. I'm really just checking to see at what point the Ninja 5 will have an error. I should point out also that I was using the original firmware that came with the device. I think it was 10.1, and I did upgrade to 10.5 to see if I could recreate the problem after the firmware update. And maybe that's what the issue is, that the firmware needed to be updated. I had to reformat the drive. There wasn't much data on it, but I had to reformat the drive. And so far as I'm rambling, there haven't been any errors. So we'll keep it going for a little while longer. And still the Ninja 5 has not died on me. That is special. Makes me wonder. So could it be the formatting? Could it be the update? Could it be the, I don't know, what could it be? We'll see. It's a beautiful morning, but because there's no light coming in, I'm shooting on my 24 to 105 at f4, and we are recording at 3200 ISO. It's what I need, and I'm sure it's still dark. But because we're shooting in Canon C-Log straight to our Atomos Ninja 5, what I'm doing is keeping an eye on the Ninja 5 and see if it can keep up with the speed. Now, this Samsung card, it's a 250 gig 850 EVO. It does show on Atomos's webpage as being able to handle this speed at 10-bit. I'm shooting 422 ProRes, so this card should be able to handle it. I had a SanDisk SDS SDA. It was a 480 gig card that showed a write speed of 530 megabits a second, but it didn't seem to work well with this. Every so often I would get the kangaroo symbol, the triangle and the kangaroo. That said, it was not fast enough. So I've switched over to this card and I'm going to see. Now it did take a lot of time before it came back and told me it wasn't working. So let's see, I think it was about 8 minutes and then it came back and cut the file. I still had the file to edit, but because it cut it at the end, there was a few pieces I missed. So I'm also at this time testing out the Rode wireless mic, which is hidden below my lapel. Well, maybe it's not so hidden, and as I tap on it, I make noise. It's not a wise idea. So I'm testing out the wireless Go into the Canon EOS R, not the R5, not the R6, just the R. And I also have something else to test out, which I can't test here. You'll see what it is. It's probably one of the least sexy audio production tools you can think about, but it is so necessary. We always have long talks about dynamic range. We have long talks about color science. We have long talks about field of view. And I still think this camera's crooked. I see what the problem is. We even talk about stabilizers. We talk about autofocus. All of these things are really crucial. They're really important. They're not something to be overlooked. But then audio, you don't see it. But without audio, all of this is terrible. So if this audio is coming in bad, because the wireless Go is a very huge Omni microphone. When I say huge, I mean it can pull in a lot of sound. When I first tested this out, I was doing a shoot for my sister, and I first tested it out, we were picking up everything, the AC, people talking in the next room. And so I had to turn down the preamp on the camera, but I had to also bring up the sound in post. And yeah, it sounded very airy.
And then working at a think tank in policy research, I moved 3,000 miles away to beautiful sunny California, where I attended Stanford Law School. Although I loved being a lawyer, there's nothing more that I love than to help guide students on their path to law school.
So it sounded very airy, and it was hard to get the mid-tones up. I probably could have done a better job EQing it, but we had to get this thing turned around real quick. So it may sound like I'm rambling, but I'm really just checking to make sure that this thing will record properly, so I'll go on for another few minutes. I think we have our answer, and I'm not going to make you sit through the entire video to get to it. It seems that the SanDisk SDS SDA card that I was using was just not fast enough for the Ninja 5. I have since moved on to my Samsung 850 EVO, which has worked flawlessly. I've been able to do another segment with it, shooting for over 15-20 minutes with no more Atomos kangaroos in the triangle. So speed issues, at least at 422, is not a problem. Now there is a SanDisk card that seems to be fast enough to handle anything that the Ninja 5 can currently throw at it. And that is the 3D Ultra SSD, which I can get in 500 gig. And I've been looking for it, and it seems that the price is the same everywhere. It's under $80 US, and as I said, it can handle all the formats that the Ninja 5 can currently record to, so I'll most likely be picking that up and then running that through some tests. So just remember that when you're making your purchases, consider all the things you'll need, whether it's batteries or power supplies or cables or storage media, how those add up to the price when you're looking at a particular product. As always, the Ninja 5 has been working really well. It's a great device. I highly recommend it, especially paired with the EOS R. And I hope to use it some more in the future. And speaking about the future, stay tuned for my next video where I'm testing out something that I got my hands on that's not often talked about, but you'll find it especially useful during this pandemic period when contact has to be minimized. So as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget that subscriptions on YouTube mean more than just money. They really help promote certain videos. So if you like what we're doing, continue to subscribe and we'll get more videos out to you. As always, here's hoping you see me soon.